Sustainable development is a very important idea in today's world. It simply means development that meets the needs of people today without harming the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In simple words, we should use resources carefully so that our children and grandchildren can also use them in the future. Think about water in a village. If people use water carefully, store rainwater, and protect lakes and ponds, the village will have water for many years. But if people waste water or pollute it, the village may face water shortage. Sustainable development teaches us how to grow and progress without destroying nature. Development means improving people's lives. It includes better education, good health, strong infrastructure, good income, and access to technology. But development should not damage forests, soil, water, or air. Imagine a farmer who cuts all trees in his field to increase farming land. For a short time, he may get more crops. But later, the soil may lose fertility, rainwater may wash away the soil, and crop production may fall. This is not sustainable development. A sustainable approach would be planting trees along the farm boundaries, protecting soil, conserving water, and using smart farming methods. In villages across India, people depend heavily on natural resources like land, water, forests, and livestock. If these resources are protected, the village will continue to grow and prosper. If they are destroyed, livelihoods will suffer. That is why sustainable development is very important for rural communities. It encourages balance between economic growth, environmental protection, and social well-being. Governments, organizations, and communities around the world are working together to promote sustainable development. But real change begins with individuals. Every farmer, student, teacher, and community member has a role to play. Even small actions like planting trees, saving water, reducing waste, and using clean energy can contribute to sustainable development. When people work together, villages can become healthier, stronger, and more resilient. Sustainable development is not only about protecting nature. It is about creating a better future for everyone. For many years, development was mainly focused on increasing production and economic growth. Countries wanted to build more factories, grow more crops, and increase industrial activities. These efforts improved many aspects of life. Roads were built, electricity reached villages, education and healthcare improved. However, over time, people started noticing serious problems. Rivers became polluted, forests were destroyed, air became dirty, wildlife disappeared, climate patterns began to change. These problems happened because development was not planned carefully. Resources were used without thinking about the future. Let us take an example. Imagine a village that has a large forest nearby. People start cutting trees rapidly to sell wood and earn money. For a few years, the income may increase. But slowly the forest disappears. Without trees, rainfall decreases. Soil becomes weak. Farming becomes difficult. Wildlife disappears. Eventually, the village loses both income and natural protection. This situation shows why development must be sustainable. Sustainable development encourages us to think long-term. It asks an important question. How can we grow today without harming tomorrow? In rural areas, this concept is especially important because villages depend directly on nature. Farmers depend on healthy soil. Livestock depends on grazing land. Families depend on water sources. If these resources are protected, communities will continue to prosper. If they are damaged, livelihoods may collapse. Sustainable development encourages responsible use of resources. It promotes clean energy. It supports efficient farming methods. It encourages water conservation. It promotes waste reduction and recycling. By following sustainable practices, development becomes stronger and more stable. It ensures that progress benefits everyone, both today and in the future. In many parts of the world, development has happened very fast. Cities have expanded, industries have grown, and production has increased. While this growth has helped improve many lives, it has also created serious problems when it is not managed carefully. Unsustainable growth happens when natural resources are used faster than they can be replaced. Let us think about groundwater in many villages. Farmers use bore wells to irrigate crops. If groundwater is used carefully and rainwater is allowed to recharge the soil, the water levels remain stable. But in many places, too many bore wells are drilled and water is pumped continuously. After a few years, the water level drops. Bore wells start drying. Farmers then have to drill deeper wells, which costs more money and still may not guarantee water. This is an example of unsustainable use of resources. Another example is soil degradation. When chemical fertilizers and pesticides are used excessively without proper soil care, the soil gradually loses its natural fertility. At first, farmers may see good crop yields. But after several years, the soil becomes weak and requires even more chemicals to produce the same crop. This increases costs and reduces long-term productivity. Similarly, cutting forests for quick profit can lead to floods, landslides, and loss of wildlife. Forests protect soil, store water, and maintain climate balance. When forests disappear, the environment becomes unstable. Unsustainable growth may give short-term benefits, but it creates long-term problems. That is why many countries are now promoting sustainable development. Sustainable growth focuses on balance. It encourages development that protects the environment, supports communities, and strengthens the economy at the same time. Instead of using resources quickly and carelessly, sustainable development teaches us to use them wisely and responsibly. By planning carefully, communities can grow while protecting nature. This ensures that development continues not just for a few years, but for many generations. Slide 4: Balancing nature, economy, and society. Sustainable development is often described as a balance between three important pillars. These pillars are environment, economy, and society. The environment includes natural resources such as water, forests, soil, air, and biodiversity. The economy refers to income, employment, agriculture, industries, and business activities. Society includes people's well-being, education, health, equality, and community welfare. If development focuses only on economic growth and ignores the environment, natural resources may get damaged. If development protects nature but ignores people's livelihoods, communities may struggle financially. Therefore, sustainable development requires a balance between all three. Let us look at a simple village example. Suppose a village decides to start a brick-making industry near a river. This may create jobs and income for villagers. But if the clay is extracted excessively and waste is dumped into the river may become polluted. Water quality may decline and fish may disappear. Farmers who depend on that river water may suffer. A sustainable approach would involve planning carefully. The village could limit clay extraction, protect the riverbanks, and ensure proper waste management. This way, the industry can provide income without damaging the environment. Another example is solar energy. Installing solar panels in villages provides electricity and reduces the use of diesel generators. This improves the economy and protects the environment. At the same time, it improves the quality of life for people. This is the idea of balance in sustainable development. When environment, economy, and society grow together, development becomes strong and stable. This balanced approach helps communities grow without creating future problems. Sustainable development is not only a concept used by governments or large organizations. It is something that can be practiced in everyday life. Every small action taken by individuals and communities can contribute to sustainability. Let us take the example of water usage at home. In many villages, water is collected from bore wells, tanks, or community taps. If water is used carefully and not wasted, it can serve the entire community for a longer time. Simple actions such as fixing leaking taps, using buckets instead of running hoses, and storing rainwater can make a big difference. Another example is electricity usage. Switching off lights and fans when not needed helps reduce electricity consumption. Using energy-efficient LED bulbs can also reduce energy usage. In farming, sustainable practices include crop rotation, organic farming, and efficient irrigation methods like drip irrigation. These practices help protect soil fertility and conserve water. Waste management is another area where sustainability can be practiced. Instead of burning waste or throwing plastic into open areas, communities can separate organic waste and recyclable materials. Organic waste can be converted into compost and used as natural fertilizer. Plastic and metal can be recycled. Planting trees is another simple but powerful step towards sustainability. Trees help maintain rainfall patterns, improve soil quality, and provide shade and oxygen. When communities adopt these small but meaningful practices, they create a culture of sustainability. Sustainable development begins with awareness and responsible behavior. When people understand the importance of protecting resources, they naturally make better decisions. This collective effort helps build stronger and healthier communities. Village life is closely connected with natural resources. Most rural communities depend directly on land, water, forests, and livestock for their livelihoods. Farmers depend on fertile soil and rainfall to grow crops. Livestock depends on grazing land and water. Families depend on rivers, ponds, and wells for drinking water and household use. Because of this strong connection, protecting natural resources is extremely important for rural development. If soil becomes infertile, crop production will decline. If water sources dry up, farming and daily life become difficult. If forests disappear, rainfall patterns may change and biodiversity may be lost. Sustainable development encourages villagers to protect these resources. Traditional practices in many villages already reflect sustainable thinking. For example, community ponds were traditionally maintained to store rainwater. Village forests were protected and used carefully. Farmers practiced crop rotation and mixed farming. These practices helped maintain balance between human needs and nature. However, modern pressures such as population growth, industrial demand, and climate change have increased pressure on natural resources. Therefore, communities must combine traditional wisdom with modern knowledge. Technologies like rainwater harvesting, soil testing, and efficient irrigation systems can help conserve resources. By protecting natural resources, villages can ensure stable livelihoods and long-term prosperity. Sustainable development is therefore closely linked to the protection of natural resources. Water is one of the most important resources for human life. In rural areas, water is essential for drinking, cooking, farming, livestock, and sanitation. Without reliable water sources, communities cannot function properly. However, many regions in India face water shortages due to overuse, poor management, and climate changes. Groundwater levels are falling in many villages. Rivers and lakes are becoming polluted. Rainfall patterns are also changing. These challenges make water conservation extremely important. Rainwater harvesting is one effective method of conserving water. In this method, rainwater from rooftops or open spaces is collected and stored in tanks or underground pits. This water can later be used for household purposes or groundwater recharge. Farm ponds are another useful technique. Farmers create small ponds in their fields to store rainwater. This stored water can be used for irrigation during dry periods. Drip irrigation is another sustainable water management practice. In this system, water is delivered directly to the roots of plants through small pipes. This reduces water wastage and improves crop productivity. Community awareness is also very important. When people understand the value of water, they are more likely to protect water sources. Villages can organize activities to clean ponds, protect lakes, and maintain drainage systems. Water conservation ensures that communities remain resilient even during droughts. By using water wisely today, we can secure water for the future. Soil is one of the most valuable resources for farmers. In villages across India, agriculture is the main source of livelihood, and healthy soil is the foundation of good farming. Sustainable development teaches us how to protect soil so that farming can continue successfully for many generations. When soil is rich in nutrients and organic matter, crops grow well and produce good yields. However, when soil is overused or poorly managed, it begins to lose its fertility. One common problem is the excessive use of chemical fertilizers. Farmers often apply large amounts of fertilizers to increase crop production. While this may improve yield in the short term, it can slowly damage the natural balance of the soil. Over time, the soil may become hard, lose its microorganisms, and require even more chemicals to produce the same crops. Sustainable farming practices help maintain soil health. One such practice is crop rotation. In crop rotation, farmers grow different crops in the same field during different seasons. For example, a farmer may grow rice during one season and pulses during another. Pulses help restore nitrogen in the soil, which improves soil fertility naturally. Another useful method is organic farming. In this approach, farmers use compost, cow dung manure, and plant-based fertilizers instead of synthetic chemicals. These natural fertilizers improve soil structure and increase its ability to hold water. Mulching is another sustainable practice. In this method, farmers cover the soil with crop residues, leaves, or straw. This helps retain moisture and prevents soil erosion. Soil testing is also an important step. By testing soil, farmers can understand which nutrients are lacking and apply fertilizers accordingly. Government agricultural departments often provide soil testing services to farmers. When soil is protected and managed wisely, farms remain productive for a long time. Healthy soil supports sustainable agriculture, which is essential for rural development. Protecting soil today ensures food security and livelihood opportunities for future generations. Forests are an important part of sustainable development. They provide many benefits to both the environment and communities. Forests help regulate climate, maintain rainfall patterns, and protect soil from erosion. They also provide habitats for many plants and animals. This variety of living organisms is known as biodiversity. Biodiversity plays an important role in maintaining ecological balance. Different species of plants, animals, birds, and insects support each other in natural systems. For example, bees and butterflies help pollinate crops and flowers. Birds help control insects that damage crops. When forests are destroyed, these natural systems are disrupted. In many rural areas, forests provide important resources for villages. People collect firewood, fruits, medicinal plants, and fodder for livestock. However, if forests are overused or cut down without proper planning, they may disappear over time. Deforestation can lead to many problems such as soil erosion, floods, and loss of wildlife. It can also affect rainfall patterns and contribute to climate change. Sustainable forest management encourages communities to use forest resources carefully while protecting them for the future. One example is community forest management. In this system, villagers work together to protect and maintain forest areas. They control activities like tree cutting, grazing, and firewood collection. Tree plantation drives are another important activity. Planting trees along roads, farms, and community land helps increase green cover and improve the environment. Many schools and youth groups organize tree planting campaigns during the rainy season. Protecting forests not only benefits nature but also supports rural livelihoods. Healthy forests provide clean air, water, and resources that communities depend on. Sustainable development encourages us to respect and protect biodiversity for a balanced and healthy ecosystem. Energy is essential for modern life. In villages, energy is used for cooking, lighting, farming activities, irrigation pumps, and small businesses. Traditionally, many rural households have depended on firewood, kerosene, and diesel for their energy needs. While these sources are useful, they also have some disadvantages. Burning firewood can lead to deforestation and indoor air pollution. Smoke from traditional stoves can cause health problems, especially for women and children who spend time cooking. Diesel pumps and generators also produce pollution and increase fuel costs. Sustainable development encourages the use of cleaner and renewable energy sources. Renewable energy comes from natural sources that can be replenished, such as sunlight, wind, and biomass. Solar energy is becoming increasingly popular in rural areas. Solar panels can generate electricity for homes, schools, and community centers. Solar-powered streetlights are now common in many villages. These lights improve safety and reduce electricity costs. Solar pumps are also helping farmers irrigate their fields without using diesel fuel. Biogas is another sustainable energy solution. Biogas plants convert animal waste and organic waste into fuel gas. This gas can be used for cooking and lighting. The leftover slurry can be used as organic fertilizer in farming. These solutions reduce pollution and provide reliable energy. When villages adopt renewable energy, they reduce their dependence on expensive and polluting fuels. Sustainable energy solutions improve health, reduce costs, and protect the environment. They also support economic development by providing reliable power for small businesses and rural industries. A sustainable livelihood means earning income in a way that protects natural resources and supports long-term well-being. In rural areas, many livelihoods depend directly on agriculture, livestock, fishing, and forest resources. Sustainable development encourages livelihood activities that provide stable income without harming the environment. For example, farmers can adopt sustainable agriculture practices that improve soil health and conserve water. Organic farming and integrated farming systems are becoming popular in many regions. Integrated farming combines crops, livestock, and fish farming in a single system. This approach reduces waste and increases income from multiple sources. Self-help groups are also helping rural communities create sustainable livelihoods. Many women's groups run small businesses such as food processing, handicrafts, and dairy production. These businesses generate income while using local resources responsibly. Ecotourism is another example. Some villages attract visitors by showcasing traditional culture, farming practices, and natural beauty. Visitors may stay in village homestays and participate in local activities. This provides income for villagers and promotes cultural preservation. Skill development and education are also important for sustainable livelihoods. Training programs help youth learn new skills in areas like digital services, repair work, food processing, and entrepreneurship. When livelihoods are sustainable, communities become more resilient. People are able to earn income while protecting the resources they depend on. This balance supports long-term development and economic stability. Waste management is an important part of sustainable development. In many villages, waste is often thrown in open spaces or burned. This can create pollution and health problems. Proper waste management helps keep communities clean and healthy. The first step in waste management is waste segregation. This means separating different types of waste such as organic waste, plastic, metal, and glass. Organic waste includes food leftovers, vegetable peels, and agricultural residues. This type of waste can be converted into compost. Composting is a natural process in which organic waste decomposes and becomes nutrient-rich fertilizer. Farmers can use compost in their fields to improve soil fertility. Plastic and metal waste should be collected and sent for recycling. Recycling helps reduce pollution and saves natural resources. Many villages are now working toward becoming clean villages. Community awareness programs encourage people to keep streets, ponds, and public areas clean. Schools often play an important role in promoting cleanliness. Students participate in cleaning drives and awareness campaigns. Government initiatives like sanitation programs have also improved waste management in rural areas. Clean villages improve health, reduce disease, and create a better environment for everyone. Waste management is a simple but powerful step towards technology can play a major role in promoting sustainable development. Modern tools and innovations help communities use resources more efficiently. In agriculture, technologies such as soil testing kits, weather forecasting apps, and smart irrigation systems help farmers make better decisions. Mobile phones allow farmers to access market prices, weather information, and farming advice. This helps them plan their crops and improve productivity. Digital platforms also help farmers connect directly with buyers. This reduces middlemen and increases income. In water management, sensors and monitoring systems can track water levels in reservoirs and groundwater. This helps communities manage water resources more effectively. Renewable energy technologies such as solar panels and wind turbines provide clean electricity. These technologies reduce pollution and dependence on fossil fuels. Technology can also support education and healthcare. Online learning platforms allow students in rural areas to access quality education. Telemedicine services allow patients to consult doctors without traveling long distances. When technology is used wisely, it becomes a powerful tool for sustainable development. It helps communities solve problems, improve livelihoods, and protect natural resources. Sustainable development cannot succeed without community participation. When people work together, they can solve local problems more effectively. Village development programs often involve community meetings where people discuss challenges and plan solutions. These meetings allow everyone to share ideas and contribute to decision-making. For example, a village may decide to restore a community pond. Residents can work together to clean the pond, remove waste, and strengthen its boundaries. This improves water availability and benefits the entire community. Similarly, tree plantation drives can be organized by villages, schools, and local organizations. When communities take ownership of development projects, they are more likely to maintain and protect them. Local leadership also plays an important role. Village leaders, teachers, and youth groups can motivate people to adopt sustainable practices. Community participation builds a sense of responsibility and unity. When people work together, sustainable development becomes a shared mission. Young people have a powerful role in shaping the future of sustainable development. Youth are energetic, creative, and open to new ideas. They can adopt new technologies and spread awareness in their communities. Students can participate in environmental activities such as tree planting, water conservation campaigns, and waste management projects. Schools can organize eco-clubs where students learn about sustainability and environmental protection. Young entrepreneurs are also creating innovative solutions for rural challenges. Some youth start businesses that provide solar energy services, organic farming products, or recycling solutions. Digital literacy also allows young people to access knowledge and share ideas with others. Social media platforms can be used to promote environmental awareness and community initiatives. When youth take leadership roles in sustainable development, they inspire others to participate. Their energy and creativity help communities move toward a greener and more sustainable future. Across India, many villages are adopting sustainable development practices. These villages focus on renewable energy, water conservation, clean sanitation, and sustainable agriculture. Some villages have installed solar power systems to generate electricity for homes and schools. Others have built rainwater harvesting structures to store water during the rainy season. Watershed management projects have helped restore degraded land and improve groundwater levels. Farmers in some villages practice organic farming and sell their products in local markets. Waste management programs have also transformed many communities. Villages separate waste and convert organic waste into compost. Community participation is the key to success in these examples. When villages work together and adopt sustainable practices, they create healthier and more prosperous communities. These success stories inspire other villages to adopt similar initiatives. Sustainable development is a shared responsibility. Governments, communities, organizations, and individuals must work together to create a better future. Each person can contribute in small but meaningful ways. Farmers can adopt sustainable farming practices. Students can promote environmental awareness. Households can conserve water and energy. Communities can organize tree planting and cleanliness drives. Technology can support these efforts by providing innovative solutions. Education also plays an important role. When people understand the importance of sustainability, they make better decisions. Sustainable development is not just about protecting the environment. It is about improving quality of life while preserving resources for the future. By working together, communities can create villages that are healthy, prosperous, and environmentally friendly. A sustainable future is possible when everyone participates and takes responsibility for protecting our planet.